Hi, I'm Steven with FutureLooks.com, and we're at PAX 2011 in Seattle, and our coverage of this show is brought to you by these guys. Hi, FutureLooks fans. I'm Steven with FutureLooks, and we're at PAX 2011. And one of the companies that's displaying at PAX 2011 is AMD. They're at the suite over at the Hyatt, and they're about to show us something really cool. I'm here with Richie Corpus from their senior marketing division for the graphics side, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what they've been working on in the 3D realm.
So here we have Deus Ex running in a 3x1 mode. It's called Eyefinity, and it's a multi-monitor technology that we developed a few years ago. You can run multiple configurations from as few as 3x1 to a 3x2 configuration with 6 monitors. Today we're going to show you in a 3x1 mode. What's great about the game is that Nixxes had provided very specific support for Eyefinity and multi-monitor modes. The great thing that you'll see here is that the aspect ratios truly allow for more visual display of the scene. So in a single monitor mode, you'll only see a certain amount of the actual play area. When you expand it to 3x1 or 3x2, it actually increases the overall viewability of the landscape. So you will have a slight advantage over others in the ability to see things before others in a single monitor mode. Now you see, here as we center on the screen, you can see a lot more visual data. I mean, this is what you'd normally see in a typical single screen. And here you can see it in 3x1, and there's a lot of data that you can see. So if you have enemies, for example, approaching you from the sides, you'll see them well before anybody on a single screen monitor.
So this is the reason why people like Eyefinity 3, because it gives you that unique surround gaming experience. But you guys are about to take it up a little bit more, aren't you?
Yes, we just announced a 5x1 portrait mode, and it's going to allow you to run 5 monitors all in one, with the center monitor being the central focus, and you've got 2 monitors on either side. What this does is it gives you additional depth above and below, and so it gives you a little bit of the best of both worlds of 3x1 and 3x2. Because in 3x2 mode, you get a lot more expanded view on top with the same width area. But with 5x1, you're going to get a little bit of that expansion. I'd say 75% more than maybe in 3x2, or 75% of 3x2. But you don't need to have 6 monitors in that case. And it allows more flexibility because in with some monitors you can run 20-inch monitors at a very low price of maybe $100 to $200, and to pick up 5 of those is what, $500 to $600. So it's a lot more value there than having to worry about very large monitors at $300 to $400 a piece.
And I guess one of the advantages to gamers is that the really annoying thing about 6 monitor setups is the fact that when you try to set them up with that second set of displays up top, your crosshair is actually blocked off. So the 5x1 I guess takes care of that, because your middle monitor is always up and down, so you have your crosshair in the right spot.
That's correct, Stephen. And actually, that has been an issue early on with just like any new technology. There's going to be glitches that are going to be worked out. And I think one of the things you'll be surprised to hear and see is that if you run Deus Ex in 3x2 mode, they've actually corrected that reticule problem, that centering problem where it sits on the border. So what the Nixxes guys did in Deus Ex is they basically took the aspect ratio and dropped it slightly so that the actual reticule aiming target is right below the top of the border. So you can run in 3x2 mode and not have that obstruction in the middle.
So basically you're looking down at the barrel of the gun, more or less.
You would say you're almost looking down, but you can't tell, because it's not truly an angle down, but it's just almost like a slight drop in the visual, but you don't lose sort of the angle.
So it doesn't affect the gaming experience, you still have fun.
Not at all.
Great. Now there's also another step up here. You guys are talking about 3D, like true 3D with glasses and stuff like that. Take me through how AMD's approaching that with Deus Ex.
So one of the key things about AMD's Gaming Evolve program has been all about making the commitment to PC gaming, PC game developers, as well as the overall industry. One of the things that we like to do is innovate and bring new technologies to the forefront and introduce them to both the the gamers and the game publishers and developers. So one of the areas that we've done is, or one of the key areas for us has been to support open standards, and that's one of the key features of our HD3D technology. It's based on an open standard. As long as you have the right monitor, DisplayPort version 1.4 or HDMI 1.4, DisplayPort 1.2, you'll have no issues with running HD3D on our hardware.
Now, there's something special about your 3D technology, and that's the fact that you guys are allowing the support either through glasses, in-glass support, or in a monitor like you have over on the other side there. This actually opens it up to a lot more people because of the cost, obviously. You're not buying a 3D monitor.
Right. I mean, because we're supporting an open standard, it makes it very cost effective for gamers to just buy monitors that are current today and have the ability to run HD3D at any point in time that they wish to do that. They aren't forced to buy a specific pair of glasses. They can easily buy a passive pair at a relatively inexpensive cost. We're not forcing a specific ecosystem on anybody. It's an open standard. And what's great about it is because it's open, it allows game developers to actually do some really cool and unique things where they can maybe enable 3D in certain areas of the screen where it may not necessarily have to be on in other parts.
Now, what other games are going to be supporting some of these technologies that we talked about besides Deus Ex?
Well, to date, we've had over 45 games that supported Eyefinity right off the bat. Some of the games that we're looking forward to is going to be Battlefield 3. BioShock is going to be another good one. Call of Duty is probably going to have 3x1. They've had it in their past versions. There's a whole host. I mean, I'd say as we see, we're in the second year of Eyefinity now, and we're seeing a lot more game developers pick up support for this because it's becoming almost a standard requirement now. Most gamers are looking for it. There's a huge ecosystem that's already installed. The infrastructure is there, and it's just really simple and easy to support this technology.
And I guess probably moving forward, a lot of the more popular games will probably receive patches that allow a lot of this technology, the 5x1, the enhanced 3x2, and also the HD3D support as needed.
Yes, that's correct. I mean, as we work more and more with a lot of the game developers out there, Eyefinity's mature enough where I think they're providing native support right off the bat, and in the future they'll add HD3D via patches if they weren't able to get it in time, and then we'll add additional features like 5x1.
Perfect. Well, it looks like AMD is taking care of gamers with a lot of new technologies. Hopefully, down the line, you guys will be able to experience this with a new, Eyefinity setup or some HD3D action. So yeah, that's fantastic. Again, my name is Steven with FutureLooks.com. We are at PAX 2011, and stay tuned for more coverage on the floor.